A few months ago, I was at Disneyland with my girlfriend, and I saw the strangest thing. A young person taking pictures with an old digital camera, like the point and shoots that my family used when we were kids. And it stuck out to me because, why? You know, like, why would anyone choose to take pictures on that when you could just use your phone? It looks better, it's more convenient. Then I noticed another person, and another, and another, all using digital cameras. Which was just baffling to me, right? Like, this had to be some sort of trend, and sure enough, Gen Z using digital cameras seemed to be enough of a trend that news outlets were reporting on it. That's how you know it's real. Now, I probably should have just left it be, but I started looking into this because I'm me, and I was genuinely confused as to why my generation would willingly buy and use a 20-year-old relic of technology compared to the fancy data farming ad-serving glass slab in your pocket. And that's when it happened. One day, as I was just casually doom scrolling through the world's least toxic app, I got a targeted ad for this, the Camp Snap camera. It seemed like people were capitalizing off this digicam trend by making modern digital cameras and marketing them to people like me, the youth.
How do you do, fellow?
Okay, sort of. So, I did something that I'm not very proud of. I was curious, all right? I just wanted to know what all the fuss was about. But that was a bit of a mistake, because if you don't already know, whenever you buy something on Instagram, Meta just starts tweaking out and sends you a ton of ads for pretty much the exact same type of product. And, alright, I was already interested, and I thought it might make for an interesting video, so I ended up with 4 of these things. Now, these are not old digital cameras, like the trend. No, these are modern companies making modern devices that make you feel like you're using an old digital camera. This gets pretty weird. So the Camp Snap camera is pitched as like a screen-free digital camera, which I mean, yeah, it doesn't have a screen. All it does, and you're not gonna believe this, is take pictures. But it seems like the idea behind this one is to disconnect the act of taking a picture from using your phone, which I can totally see the merit in. I think we all use our phones more than we'd like to, and there is something nice about putting it away and just using a dedicated camera as a camera. I honestly had a ton of fun using this. The pictures it takes are definitely giving disposable camera more than digital camera, but they're still totally a vibe. The creator of this one actually designed it to be a camera that his kids could use, which is really sweet. And I've seen a lot of people online saying that they got this for their kids, so that makes a ton of sense. But as an adult myself, I still totally enjoyed using it, so I think it can kind of appeal to anyone. It's 65 buckaroonies, and honestly, I can't really complain. It does exactly what it says it does. It takes some vibey looking pictures. Now, if you've seen this one online at all, you might have also come across the Memento camera, which looks almost exactly the same, with the exact same features and the exact same price. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I meant the Lenzy, which also looks almost exactly the same, with the exact same features and the same price. Yeah, it seems like the success of the Camp Snap spawned some copycats, which are marketing and selling literally the exact same thing. In fact, the Lenzy looks practically identical to the Camp Snap. My first thought was that the Camp Snap was just some cheap dropship nonsense, but I don't actually think so. If you scroll back on their Instagram to like their second ever post, you can see the creator talking about building the camera, and the picture is very clearly like a 3D printed prototype. So I'm pretty sure that this is their creation and everyone else is just straight copying it. Now, speaking of copycats and dropshipping, we have the mini vintage camera. Or wait, no, it's the mini retro camera. Yeah. Nope, sorry, it must be the retro snap camera. Or perhaps the compact 1080p HD digital camera with flash USB charging and 16 gigabytes memory. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I didn't realize that this one was just a dropship piece of garbage until I opened it up and I was like, hey, wait a minute, this branding on the box looks nothing like the branding on that mini website I got it from. You know, the one that has the trademark next to the word mini, even though they've never registered for a trademark according to the US Patent and Trademark Office. But hey, at least it says camera on the front, like the pictures said it would. Oh wait, my bad. It says Camria.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
They couldn't even spell camera right. Anyway, I got this thing because it was small. Like, that's the main gimmick. Like, you can put it on your keychain. All right. I also saw this ad for it after I bought it, which you're just watch real quick. Yeah, I didn't edit that. Like, that's exactly how the video goes. Somehow, I feel like using video footage of a national tragedy that was taken 24 years before this camera even existed to sell your crappy dropship product is a scummy move. But hey, whatever gets you the bag, I guess. Oh yeah, and the video from this thing isn't great. It's supposed to look like 2000s digital camera footage, but it really doesn't. Honestly, it just looks like video from a bad modern camera sensor, because that's exactly what it is. My dash cam from my car could probably take video that looks more nostalgic than this. And to top it all off, I spent 50 buckaroonies on it, which is about 28 more buckaroonies than I should have spent on it, because you can get it on like Temu and AliExpress for like 20 smackers. But thank goodness I got it on sale for 50 instead of 70. So yeah, fun fact, those banners at the top of the website are literally always there advertising some kind of sale. Like, I don't think they've ever actually sold it for the non-sale price. That's literally just there to manipulate people into making an impulse purchase because the sale will be over if you don't act now. It's super scummy and a red flag, and frankly, a scam. So keep that in mind. Now, the Lola camera also takes pictures and videos like the mini one, but hey, this one actually looks like a proper digital camera. It's got the screen and everything. Nice branding, digging the vibes of the pictures. The Lola camera really leans into this whole trend thing, like straight referencing it on their website, claiming it's the it girl item. But the pitch of this one is like, spend less time futzing about trying to find an old digital camera, just get the Lola and you'll be all set, you know? It's pretty cut and dry. It's just a digital camera. Like, that's it. I do like that it has a removable battery. That's pretty cool. And it also charges with USB-C. That's neat. So let's buy this thing. Let's use this thing. Yeah, 109 big boys is kind of insane for this, right? But it's the digital camera I've been searching for, so it's gotta be worth it. There must be some reason this thing is in the triple digits in price. But no, no reason. This thing just kind of sucks. The pictures it takes aren't great. It struggles outdoors in good lighting, which is a huge problem. It kind of falls into the same issues that the mini camera has, where it looks less like pictures and videos of a 2000s digital camera, and more like a bad modern camera sensor, which, again, it is. We took some videos on this thing too, which, oh golly, those are terrible. It's like seconds per frame, not frames per second. The zoom on this thing is awful because it's all digital. Oh, and the worst thing about it, by far, is the shutter button, which is just so mushy and takes a really hard press to actually take a picture or like start a video. The build quality in general on this thing is just so cheap. It feels awful. It's a mix of metal and plastic, and it's super lightweight, which I guess could be a good thing, but it just feels like a piece of garbage, you know? It just feels cheap. I'm assuming this thing is more dropship nonsense that they just kind of slap their branding onto. I can't find this exact model of camera elsewhere, but I can find ones that look very similar for a fraction of the price. The Lola camera was just such a pain to use that I never touched it after using it this first time. So I still completely stand by my statement that this thing is trash. It's just trash. Now the Flashback 135 camera is kind of the opposite, and very much so not trash. In fact, of all four cameras, this one is easily the most premium feeling, which it better, because I paid a very premium price of 102 Speckledorfs.
That's not even a word, and I agree with you.
I just want to butt in for a second to say that this one has increased in price now to $120. A couple of the other cameras have increased in price as well. I just thought I would put that out there. That's expensive. Now, the thing that makes this one unique compared to the other ones is that it's directly emulating, and I mean directly, like Nintendo Ninja's kicking down your door type emulating, the feeling of using a disposable film camera. So again, like the Camp Snap, not really a 2000s digital camera, but it doesn't matter. I'm too deep into this, man. I gotta say though, this one is kind of cool. It looks cool. The pictures it takes are pretty sick as long as you like hold it still and you don't have your fingers anywhere near the lens. I found that out the hard way. And it's even got the little windy thing, you know, the windy thing from the disposable cameras. Now it can only store 27 photos at once, and you might be asking me, Papa, what happens when I hit 27 photos? Like, how do I get them off and start over? Well, it's very simple. In order to actually get started taking pictures on this thing, you need to download their app. The camera that lets you have a screen-free summer requires an app. for your phone that has a screen. Yeah, I gotta be honest, part of the reason this intrigued me was the fact that it has an app, but needing an app for the camera to work kind of defeats the purpose, especially if your goal is to distance yourself from your phone, because now you need to have your phone and the camera on you if you want to take pictures. It's just weird. It doesn't make sense. Also, something that I find concerning is that the pictures the Flashback takes don't actually look like the final product. Now, they make you wait in the app like 24 hours or longer to see your pictures depending on how many rolls of film you have developing, which seems arbitrary and just like more emulating that feeling of a disposable camera, but there's actually a reason for it. The pictures are actually being sent off to Flashback servers, and it's there that they're getting the filters applied to them, which is a little concerning because, like, how do we know that's secure? Who has access to these photos during that process? And just why? Why? Why didn't they just design a camera in the first place that took pictures like the final product? Camp Snap did it at like 2/3 the price, so it can't be that hard. Or okay, maybe if it was that hard, why can't the pictures just be processed on your phone? That's something that could easily have been done in-app and would be way cheaper for the company since they don't need to have servers running dedicated to sticking filters on pictures. And at that point, do you even really own your photos, or are you just allowed to access pictures you've taken on a camera that you spent real money on for as long as the company exists? What if, God forbid, the company does go under? No more servers means no more pictures, and I've just spent 102 chimichangas on a plastic paperweight. The whole point of this trend was to go back to a simpler time, before tech products that could be ruined by updates or be rendered completely obsolete if the servers go down. Like, take my family's 20-year-old Canon PowerShot. The battery might not be great nowadays, but 20 years later, this thing works just fine, and I've actually been using it alongside all of these cameras, and it's been a blast. This actual digital camera, out of all these modern takes on the concept, has easily been the best one to use. If your goal is to spend less time on your phone and take pictures and videos that have this 2000s look and personality to them, you'd be better off picking up an old digital camera, actually reusing something instead of buying brand new and falling into this trap of overconsumption. That's why things like thrifting and collecting physical media have become so prevalent over the past few years. I went into this trend trying to understand why anyone would want to take pictures on an old camera, but I get it now. Sure, the pictures have a nostalgic vibe to them, but it's really more than that. In a world where billionaires are looking for more ways to manipulate our brains into spending more time on our phones and more money on things we don't actually own, it is nice to keep the phone away and live in the moment, you know? Taking pictures with an actual camera. It feels a lot more intentional to take a picture that way. And honestly, even more so when you can only hold so many photos on the camera at once. This experience has made me see photography a lot differently and has made me put more care and more effort into what I take pictures of. Now, I'm not telling you to not buy any of these cameras, except for the Lola camera. That thing sucks so bad. But I will say that out of all of these cameras, the most fun I had was using my family's old Canon PowerShot. Plus, my house and pretty much my entire neighborhood burned down in those Los Angeles fires at the beginning of 2025, and the only camera I cared to save was the Canon PowerShot. So, if that doesn't speak volumes to how much I valued those cameras, then I don't know what will. I'm safe, though. Everyone's good, so don't worry about me. But give your loved ones a hug. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Farewell, and salutations.